Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Vera 2 is the main event of UFC 299, and UFC 299 is absolutely stacked with amazing matchups. Probably one of the best cards we've gotten in the last couple of months. I mean, UFC 298 was also fantastic, but I mean, UFC 299 is just absolutely stacked with amazing matchups. And I feel because the card is so stacked that this fight has kind of fallen under the radar. But this is a very interesting matchup, and I'm just gonna cut right down to the chase. No setup in this video. I'm scared. I'm scared because I think there's a very clear pick here. I think Sean O'Malley is definitely the clear pick here, but Marlon Vera has certain attributes that make this fight very interesting and very dangerous for O'Malley. And even though Sean O'Malley is coming off a win over Aljamain Sterling, a very impressive win where he was able to, counter in that second round and pretty much drop Aljamain Sterling and finish him, it wasn't a fight where I feel like we truly learned a lot about O'Malley. Like I feel like we really didn't learn that much. We already knew this guy had slick striking. We already knew this guy had power. We all knew this guy had one punch power. And if you overextend the way Aljamain Sterling did, you're going to get caught and he's going to drop you. Like we all knew that O'Malley was the better striker in that matchup. So it's not like we truly learned a lot about O'Malley. It's not like, Aljamain took him down to the later rounds and then O'Malley was able to, finish him that fourth. And, it wasn't that type of fight. It was a very clean performance against Aljamain Sterling. And because of that, it even makes this fight a little bit more interesting because regardless of what ends up happening in this matchup, I think we're going to learn a lot about O'Malley. I think we're going to learn a lot about him because Marlon Vera, like I said, he has certain attributes that make it very interesting. And what are those certain attributes? His durability and his power. The fact that this guy's going to be standing in front of you, he's not going to take a step back. He's not going to be afraid of your power. And the fact that this guy's also used to always losing and being outstruck and then finding the moment to finish you makes it a very dangerous matchup for O'Malley. And we really haven't seen O'Malley in a 5 round fight. We haven't really seen him go the 5 rounds. So we don't know, if he slows down, in the later rounds, if he could keep that pace. And O'Malley, I wouldn't really describe his striking style as somebody with high volume. I mean, he has a great leg kicking game, switches stances, more of a sniper, but he's not really a guy that's putting on the volume. Like I wouldn't really, he's not like Corey Sandhagen or, I mean, Peter Yan is also kind of a slow starter, but even him, he throws more in combinations. O'Malley is more of a sniper. And because of that, it even makes it a bit harder. It makes it a bit more interesting because I don't think O'Malley is going to follow the approach of Corey Sandhagen. And that's the last guy who beat Marlon Vera very convincingly. But make no mistake, I mean Corey Sandhagen had to use his grappling in the beginning of those rounds. And maybe he could have still won the fight just using his striking. But Corey Sandhagen, he didn't want to take any chances against Marlon Vera, was able to use his grappling, was able to get those takedowns at will. And because of that, he was really able to shut down Marlon Vera and pretty much slow him down and stop him from having any momentum in the fight. And the thing with O'Malley is that, like I said, he's a very slick striker. He's very fast. He's going to be a lot faster than Marlon Vera. Marlon Vera is going to look slow. He's going to be getting hit a lot. But he's so durable that I don't really see Sean O'Malley knocking him out. And because I don't see Sean O'Malley knocking him out, I think this fight is going 5 rounds. And we haven't seen Sean O'Malley in a 5 round fight. And even though Marlon Vera has slow output, if he lands the right shot, he will put you down. I mean, he does have amazing power, really good left hook, really good leg kicks as well, really good head kicks as well, really good timing. I mean, that Dominic Cruz fight was pretty impressive, even though he was pretty much losing that fight. So the fact that somebody like Marlon Vera is so used to losing, I mean, this guy knows how to be a punching bag. And somebody like O'Malley is more of a sniper, a guy with a lot of power. If O'Malley's power is not effective in this fight, it's a very, very scary fight for O'Malley. Like, I'm picking O'Malley to win. Like, I'm just going to cut right down to the chase. But it's not a fight where I'm confident because I think we can all admit that Marlon Vera has that puncher's chance. And because he's so durable, he has that Marvin Vettori chin. This guy doesn't bleed or get stunned. If O'Malley's not able to really knock him out or really stun him or really earn his respect, Marlon Vera is going to be walking forward and he could, land the right strike and really hurt O'Malley because even though I don't take too much away from that first fight they had in 2020. And, it was a bit of a fluke. The one thing that you could kind of take away from that fight, in my opinion, is that O'Malley's a bit fragile. He does get hurt, he does get injured. I mean, he went into the fight with Aljamain Sterling with an injury, so I feel like O'Malley is kind of prone to injuries. And I could see a situation. Hear me out. Hear me out. I could see a situation here where O'Malley is landing the better strikes. I mean, he's landing the better shots. He's going to be the winning the minutes here, and he breaks his hand because Marlon Vera is that durable. Like, I could see that happening in the later rounds, and then Marlon Vera starts to get momentum because O'Malley's not wanting to throw his right hand because it hurts, or his leg, or whatever. I just think O'Malley's durability in comparison to Marlon Vera makes it a very interesting fight. Like, if this fight was only 3 rounds, I would pick O'Malley all day. I think O'Malley would be able to bang the first round, bang the second round, and probably win the third round. I'd probably give a 30-27 for O'Malley. But because this fight is a 5-round fight, and because I don't know if O'Malley is going to grapple here, it makes it a very tough fight, in my opinion. It makes it a more competitive fight than people are expecting. Like I said, I think a lot of people are picking O'Malley. I'm picking O'Malley because I think he's the better fighter. He's the better striker. But over 5 rounds, I'm scared. Like I'm genuinely scared. Like, I think, like I said, even though I think Marlon Vera is a bit overrated, I don't really think he's elite level in the bantamweight division. I think O'Malley would be able to beat more bantamweights than Marlon Vera because of those certain attributes that Marlon Vera has. It just makes it a very interesting stylistic matchup. But I think O'Malley is a better fighter here. I mean, he's a better striker. He's going to be faster. He's going to be switching stances. The only thing that worries me is that I feel like O'Malley is going to have his back up against the cage, and that's where Marlon Vera might have success and might be able to close in the distance and be able to land his own shots. Because if Marlon Vera starts to have success and really hurt O'Malley, I would not be surprised if Marlon Vera knocks him out, if I'm being honest. Like, in the fourth, third round, the fifth round, Marlon Vera is going to be very live. I think I could even see a fight that is, it starts off very slow paced and O'Malley is winning those rounds. And then Marlon Vera starts to put on the pace because he doesn't really respect the power of O'Malley. And that's why this fight is very, very difficult. And I think not a lot of people are picking Vera, but I understand why, because like I said, O'Malley is the way better striker. I think he's the better fighter. He has the better wins on his resume as well. And the one thing that I love about O'Malley is that he's been able to rise to the occasion. I mean, he was able, even though he was going into an injury against Sterling, he was able to keep his composure and win that fight. His fight against Peter Yan, he showed that he does have grit over 3 rounds. Even though it was a fight that, most of us thought Peter Yan won that fight, we were still impressed with O'Malley's performance and his ability to have grit and his ability to still be dangerous in that third round. So make no mistake, like, O'Malley's an amazing fighter, but I just think this fight is very interesting. Maybe O'Malley has that type of power to be the first one to really hurt Chito Vera and knock him out. Maybe if that happens, I'm going to be very impressed as well. I'm going to be very impressed. But I see a situation here where O'Malley wins the first 3 rounds and then the fight starts to get competitive, and maybe Marlon Vera has a moment where he has O'Malley on skates, and it seems like O'Malley's about to get knocked out but survives around. I could see that happening. I also wouldn't be surprised if either guy shoots for a takedown. I would not be surprised if Marlon Vera shoots for a takedown, because Marlon Vera has pretty nasty ground and pound. He has pretty nasty elbows. So I would not be surprised if Marlon Vera shoots for a takedown. I also would not be surprised if Sean O'Malley ends up shooting for a takedown. And I know, like, a lot of YouTubers are saying that O'Malley needs to shoot for a takedown. O'Malley needs to shoot for a takedown. And I think if he wants to win this fight comfortably, he should at least try. I just don't think it's that easy. And you guys also have to remember that grappling cardio is different than striking cardio. And if O'Malley tries to grapple with Chito Vera, he might end up gassing out himself, which makes him a bit vulnerable. Like, maybe if he's able to submit Marlon Vera, that'd be crazy. But I don't really see that happening. So I don't know if I necessarily recommend O'Malley to grapple, because like I said, grappling is very different than striking. And we really haven't seen O'Malley grapple in any fight, like, offensively. So I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily would recommend that. If anything, I feel like O'Malley has to be perfect for 5 rounds. And in the fourth and fifth round, just play it safe, which is why many people are actually saying that they think this fight is going to be boring because they feel like, oh, O'Malley is just going to be playing it safe, fighting around the cage. But I actually don't see that happening. Maybe at the first or second round, but I think Marlon Vera knows that he has to go for broke, and that, if you want to be champion, this is going to be your only shot at the title. You have to go and try to kill this guy. You know what I'm saying? And he has to not respect the power of O'Malley. And O'Malley has to try to gain the respect of Marlon Vera so Marlon Vera doesn't walk him down in the later rounds and respects him. So it's a very interesting fight. It's a very interesting fight. And like I said, even though O'Malley is a clear favorite in this fight, I think nobody's going to be surprised if Marlon Vera ends up winning this fight. It's not a same situation like the Adesanya Strickland fight where, everybody picked Adesanya. Nobody was really giving Sean Strickland a chance. And, we're like, okay, if Sean Strickland ends up winning the fight, we're all going to be very, very shocked. It's not the same thing here where all of us are picking O'Malley. Most people are picking O'Malley, but none of us are going to be surprised if Marlon Vera ends up winning this fight because stylistically, he could be a tough matchup for O'Malley. Now, regardless if Marlon Vera wins, in my opinion, he's not championship level material because I think guys like Merab would beat him. I think guys like Aljamain Sterling would beat him. Corey Sandhagen already beat him. And I feel like this guy is not championship material, but he might just be good enough to beat O'Malley in a 5-round fight. And I think another aspect that makes this fight very dangerous is that, like I said, O'Malley is going to be winning the rounds. He's going to be winning the minutes. He's going to be landing the better shots, the more shots. But he doesn't have like this high volume style like Corey Sandhagen, where he's going to be out striking Marlon Vera by that much. They're pretty much going to have a leg kicking battle. That's kind of the way I visualize it. Maybe like the first fight in that first and second round, Sean O'Malley is going to look a lot faster than Marlon Vera on the feet. And Marlon Vera is just going to pretty much walking him down. And he's definitely going to lose the first rounds on the scorecards. But what happens when it gets to the later rounds? Like, how does O'Malley look like? And that's what I mean by we're going to learn a lot about O'Malley no matter what ends up happening. Because if he ends up winning a decision, we're going to learn, okay, O'Malley is dangerous, composed for 5 rounds. He has pretty good cardio, pretty good striking. And if he doesn't, right, if he gasses out in the second and third round, we're going to know, oh, you know what? O'Malley is an amazing striker, but he can't hold on the pace. He doesn't put the volume numbers over 5 rounds, which is not good, right? It's not good. And if O'Malley's able to knock out Marlon Vera, then we know, okay, I mean, O'Malley has insane power in the bantamweight division because Marlon Vera is not a guy that gets dropped. Now, with that being said, I mean, Marlon Vera hasn't really been facing like power punchers. He faced Corey Sandhagen, Dominic Cruz, pillow punches. I mean, Pedro Munoz has decent power, but not more power than Marlon Vera. Who else did he fight? Frankie Edgar, not really. I feel like I'm missing someone. I guess Jose Aldo, not that much power. And even Jose Aldo, he actually used grappling in that third round to win against Marlon Vera. So we've seen a lot of these strikers, when they fight Marlon Vera, they take the path of least resistance and they do use grappling. So maybe O'Malley ends up using grappling, but because we really haven't seen O'Malley use grappling offensively, I'm concerned. Like, I'm concerned. I would be very concerned if he uses his grappling early in the fight. Like, if he starts to grapple early in the fight, I'm gonna be very worried. I'm gonna be very worried for Sean O'Malley because, like I said, grappling cardio is very different than striking cardio, and maybe O'Malley's able to take him down, control him for a little bit, but that's also gonna gas him out. That's also going to gas O'Malley out. So I don't know if that's necessarily the game plan here. Now, I am confident that Tim Welch, Canelo, is an amazing coach. I absolutely love that guy. I subscribe to his channel. Tim Welch, O'Malley's coach, is just amazing. Has a great mind for the game. Great game plan against Peter Yan. Great game plan against Aljamain Sterling. And I'm confident that Tim Welch is going to have an amazing game plan against Marlon Vera. And I've even heard him in interviews say, like, you look, Marlon Vera is a very dangerous guy. He's a very dangerous guy. But they also know that Sean O'Malley has improved a lot since that first fight. I think O'Malley has improved a lot more in his career than Marlon Vera, even though Marlon Vera has been facing more competition overall. O'Malley has really just been facing the best competition in his last 2 fights against Peter Yan and Aljamain Sterling, while Marlon Vera has fought like number 7, number 8. He's fought Jose Aldo, he's fought Dominic Cruz, he's fought Corey Sandhagen. So Marlon Vera definitely has more experience, I guess, overall in the bantamweight division. But I think O'Malley has a higher ceiling, and I don't think Marlon Vera is gonna get any better. And the same Cheeto can arrive, the same Cheeto can fight in this fight and still win. That's what makes it very dangerous. That, like I said, Marlon Vera has certain attributes that could make it a nightmare for O'Malley over 5 rounds. But anyway, guys, that is my breakdown and prediction. I'm going with O'Malley to win by a decision. I could see him winning 3 rounds to 2. Like I said, it's a very, very scary fight. I'm not too confident on the method. I'm going to be surprised if O'Malley knocks him out, but I think most likely this fight is going to a decision, and I think O'Malley has a better striking. He's a faster fighter, and I think he's going to be landing the more significant strikes. So I'm going with O'Malley, but do not be surprised if Marlon Vera ends up winning this fight because, like I said, he has a very dangerous style, and over 5 rounds, if you just strike with Marlon Vera, man, it makes it a very tough fight. Like I said, the guys that beat Marlon Vera, they had to use their striking to win. Now, in the fights where Marlon Vera was able to win in fights that he was losing, he beat guys that are a little more chinny. I mean, Frankie Edgar, a lot older in his career. Dominic Cruz, 37 when he fought him. You know what I'm saying? So that also makes it very intriguing. But ultimately, I think we're going to learn a lot about Sean O'Malley in this fight.